So it was 2 Sundays ago that I realized that the other side of the Trump tyranny is closer than we think, and it's not going according to plan for them. And it's not just because Elon Musk is like realizing that his brand is tarnished forever and he really has to step aside. It's not because you have more and more Republicans like pushing against Donald Trump's tariffs, or it's not because there are a lot of signs and signals that the judiciary, really including the Supreme Court, are like done with him. It's not that. It's because after church, my husband and I went to visit a family friend who he used to stay at when he was in college. He lived, it's off 16th Street. 16th Street is a street that is a direct line to the White House. Up the street from there, there is a park called Meridian Hill Park. It's renamed Malcolm X Park. Since my husband was there back in the 90s to now, it's a place on Sundays where instrumentalists bring their drums and they musicians come out, artists, people who are like non-conformists go there and they lounge, they have picnics, there are acrobats, they're doing all sorts of fun stuff. So we took our kids there because they've never been to see. My son's a flutist, and so there was a flutist there, so we wanted to, it was just coincidence there was a flutist there. Just seeing all those people joyful, just sitting there, you would not think that we're like in the middle of an autocratic takeover. Like we're in the middle of a near dictatorship. Like the dollar, the value of the dollar is going down. We're about to have empty shelves, and a recession and prices we're about to be in a recession or a depression. We're isolated from the world. It's just a lot of stuff's going on, and I'm in political threads. I'm in political TikTok. I'm in political YouTube. I'm in political things. So all the people around me are just like, what the hell? And these people just blissfully living their lives. And it reminds me of that scene. I captured it. I'm not going to post it here, but there's a scene in The Handmaid's Tale that my friend Shannon reminded me of when Maura and June, the protagonist, and her best friend had just gone off for a run. They go into a local coffee shop and they realize their barista is a female barista they love. She's not there. June reads her card. Her card does not work. She tries to pay. The male barista there is really rude. Next thing you know, I think they go outside and then there's like protesters and the police are shooting the protesters. They're like, what the hell? Next thing you know, she's in a handmaid's gown, and it's like the freak. But we were just like having coffee after a run, and I'm looking at these people like, these people. They don't realize that we're on the brink of a total breakdown. Like this is going to be in. They better enjoy this last weekend. But then I snapped out of reality. I snapped out of it and said, you know what? No, what this is a sign is, it's a sign that we outnumber them. It's a sign that we don't have the situation, the fictional world where they could take over, because the United States is massive. Like I went on a drive with my family, and I was like, this is so big. There's no way. I mean, people say there's no way, like to take over the Supreme Court, but the Supreme Court is not on Trump's side. The Congress, the Republicans in Congress are doing his bidding. Like they have the power to end this, but they still have a slim majority, and they're about to lose that majority next fall. It is my hope and prayer that they lose it by an overwhelming number, that it's kind of like they be wiped out, so we get a 2/3. I have an Operation 2/3 campaign. So even if we don't get there, I'm hoping we do. I'm just going to say we do. We still move towards there, and we signal that we have such high voter turnout that we scare enough Republicans to be like, okay, this might not be worth it. We might just want to abandon the ship. It's only been 100 days. And Donald Trump's done a lot of destruction and damage, and like between dismantling agencies, firing people, destabilizing, removing us from accords, and just like isolating us and just trying to bully people. It's been a massive failure. Every single thing he's done, his first 100 years, scaring people, yes, but thank God for the courts to pause and retreat, like pause some of the crap he's trying to do and slow it down. And that's the purpose of the courts, is to slow it down. And he's reluctant, but fortunately, John Roberts is like, you can't do that. Alito and Thomas have already ruled against Donald Trump 3 times already, because they're the holdovers. So I still think the courts, I believe it. I firmly believe that the courts are going to be the ones to like make sure that doesn't go over until we're able to take over Congress and then formally remove him. But I'm very, I know that it's a mess. They don't know what they're doing. The right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing. They're doing a lot of stuff because they have the power. They have the keys to the locker for money, and they're using money to try to get people to do what they want and do their bidding. That's all they have. And I saw this economist that says that he went after the federal government because that's all he can do. So what they have is the keys to the locker and trying to. Anyway, lines are being drawn. We're seeing the people who quickly capitulated and bend the knee early, and then the folks who are fighting. And so we already know that the lines are. So on the other side of this, there's going to be a Truth and Reconciliation Committee. Even if Donald Trump has immunity, criminal immunity, he does not have absolute immunity related to civil and constitutional rights. And the other people around him, the sycophants, they don't have criminal immunity, so they can go to jail. So on the other side of this, I see a lot of them in front of committees begging, and I see the other side of this. You know what I mean? There's so many people that they just don't see the other side of it. They just like, this is it, because it's really bad now, and it could get worse, and it's going to be bad. It's going to be painful. Yes, I'm not doubting that, and it's going to be painful for a lot of people, and I'm not making light of that at all. But even with the pain and stuff like that, people suffering, you really have to pause still to enjoy life, to go for a picnic. Even if you were to lose your job, even if it's things looking bleak and stuff like that, you people doing what they getting 2-3 jobs, and there's a lot of anxiety, stress, and they're eating through their savings. You can't live like that. You have to read a book. You have to go outside. You have to enjoy a little bit. And that at least makes you hopeful, the optimism, like, it's bad, but you know what? We have life, and we're going to survive this, and we can enjoy each other's company, and we can chill. I posted something on Threads. I was like, you can chill, and some folks came at me, and I'm just like, listen, y'all can go ahead and be doomsdayers, defeaters if you want. Go ahead. But I choose to not do that. I know there's a privilege perhaps to be able to choose to say, I'm not going to pause my life, and and I'm going to take time and celebrate and do things and go out and enjoy stuff, and then I'm going to come back and regroup and deal with this stuff. But if I deal with this stuff nonstop and that's all consume me, and when I'm not exercising, when I'm at the gym, or I'm not eating, family, friends, I'm just consumed with this, I will go crazy. And I was like, there's so many people, it's like, no, that's what we're supposed to do. And if you ask or advocate for people to take a mental health break, you're doing a disservice. I'm like, get the hell out of here with that. We'll go over there. The world, the majority, a good chunk of political social media are people who either capitalize on that purposefully, the fear and the doom, or they really believe in, and that's all they know, and they feel like that's all there's space for. And I'm like, that's fine. There's so many places for you. My space is not for you. I'm so fortunate and so glad that I've created this community for people who just like, this is a mental health break from all the other negative news, and that's my space. And that's not, you don't like that, there's so many other places you can go. But when I'm telling people, hey, relax a little bit, don't come in and be like, no, we can't relax. Take that shit over there. There's a bunch of accounts that's all they do. Aaron Parnas, I love you, but Aaron Parnas got lots of stuff for you. Let's go over there and commiserate. Go underneath their comments, and y'all go have at it and have a party. So anyway, so that moment at the Easter was like when I was there, and I was like, yeah, we're gonna be okay. It's even if people are suffering, there's lots of suffering. I'm not minimizing the suffering and all, but I think other anyway. So I'm looking at these, and then so yeah, I have something for you. This is going on my private community, but I'm gonna put So what I'm going to post, what I'm doing right now actually, is wrapping up these guides. I made some Know Your Rights guides, Know Your Rights cards, for whether you're protesting, if you're approached by ICE, what to do for your family, documents you need to keep, what do you need to keep for your mixed status family, what you need to be aware of, just stuff that you need to know, and checklists and things like that. When you're traveling, what do you say and what you can't say, and what they can do, what they can't do. There's a lot of misinformation out there. So I'm like, well, let me use my legal background, my journalism degree, my legal background, my 2 law degrees in history, being an attorney, and put together some information for people. And I'm doing that. I'm charging $1 for it because I need to be able to track, and $1 helps me also. And it's like 12 guides, and you can use them, cut them off. I prefer you not share them, that people get their own, because I need a track. But it's the whole thing is the purposeful is to use it. And then I also have some documents that I put together for my family. I'm sharing that. I'm selling that too, because it's like the intellectual property, putting all that stuff together. You can buy that too. It's not a lot. It's like $97. So that's what I've been brewing up and cooking for folks. and I'm going to do, and I just did a recap, and I'll just keep you all updated as usual. And I'm looking to partner up with some folks too, so I can just, there's so much work needs to be done. There's so much. Oh my God. Anyway, so that's my Sunday message. Thanks for tuning in. See you next Sunday. I'll do a wrap up too. I'll do wrap ups on Saturday.